A tourist site near Israel's northern border turned into a battlefield in seconds. An explosive Hezbollah drone crashing into civilians. Workers caught in the blast. And ceasefire tensions now spiraling once again as Israel warns the attack could push the region back toward full-scale confrontation. A Hezbollah explosive drone struck the parking lot of the Rosh Hanikra grotto's site near Israel's border with Lebanon on May 14th, wounding 3 Israeli civilians in an attack that has sharply escalated tensions along the northern frontier. According to the Israeli military, the drone was launched from Lebanon by Hezbollah and landed inside Israeli territory near the popular tourist site of Rosh Hanikra, close to the Mediterranean coastline. The area is currently closed to visitors, with renovation work taking place at the site. Israel's Galilee Medical Center in Nahariya confirmed that 3 civilians wounded in the attack were evacuated from the scene for treatment. Medical officials said 1 person was in critical condition, another seriously injured, and a 3rd sustained light injuries. The wounded reportedly included workers carrying out renovation work near the tourist attraction at the time of the strike. The Israel Defense Forces described the drone launch as a blatant violation of the ceasefire understandings between Israel and Hezbollah. The incident came amid another day of military escalation across the Israel-Lebanon border. Earlier on Thursday, the Israeli military carried out strikes inside Lebanon after the IDF's Arabic language spokesman, Colonel Avishai Adre, issued evacuation warnings to residents in several villages in southern Lebanon. The renewed violence unfolded only hours before a planned meeting in Washington between Israeli and Lebanese representatives, marking the 3rd such round of talks between the 2 sides. Lebanese Parliament Speaker Nabi Berri warned ahead of the discussions that the fragile situation could rapidly collapse if no meaningful ceasefire agreement is reached. Berri stated that Lebanon would accept nothing less than a full Israeli military withdrawal, followed by reconstruction efforts, deployment of the Lebanese army, and the return of displaced residents. Meanwhile, officials in northern Israel say daily life near the border remains deeply unstable. Metula Mayor David Azoulay called for both intensified military action and diplomatic efforts to dismantle Hezbollah's presence in southern Lebanon.
Militarily, we need to continue, and the Air Force needs to crush every place where there is a Hezbollah operative or weapons, anywhere in Lebanon. At the same time, there needs to be a diplomatic move.
Azoulay also described growing frustration among residents living under the constant threat of drone and missile attacks. As ceasefire negotiations continue behind closed doors in Washington, the attack at Rosh Hanikra has once again exposed how fragile the situation remains along Israel's northern border, where a single drone strike now risks pushing the region closer to another major conflict. Soldiers standing beside a tank heard a faint buzz. By the time they located the source, it was too late. The drone hit. 1 soldier died. 6 were wounded. The whole thing cost Hezbollah around $300. That exchange is now playing out repeatedly across southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah has built a drone program that Israel's multi-billion-dollar military machine has yet to answer. The drones are fiber optic, not radio controlled. That single detail changes everything. Electronic jamming, the standard countermeasure against drone attacks, does not work on them. Operators guide the explosives through live video feeds via cables stretching several kilometers, detonating on impact. Israel's Iron Dome cannot catch them. In some cases, soldiers have resorted to shooting at them with personal weapons. Each drone costs between $300 and $400 to manufacture, built using 3D printing and commercially available components. The program accelerated out of necessity. Hezbollah's own source explained why.
The development is viewed as part of efforts to overcome supply challenges following the disruption of the Syrian supply route after the fall of Bashar al-Assad in late 2024.
Cut off from its traditional supply lines, the group turned inward. Workshops across Lebanon now assemble the drones locally. Hezbollah studied the technology's battlefield performance in Ukraine, where fiber optic FPV systems first appeared in late 2024 and adapted accordingly. Rob Lee, Senior Fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute, explained why countering them remains so difficult.
Fiber optic cable FPVs can't be jammed with electronic warfare, and it is more difficult to detect them.
The drones have killed a bulldozer operator, bypassed the trophy defense system on Merkava tanks, and struck Israeli positions with growing regularity. Israel has assigned a senior officer specifically to find solutions. So far, soldiers are still looking at the sky and pointing their rifles at it. Retired Lebanese Brigadier General Munir Shahadeh offered the clearest summation of what Hezbollah is actually trying to accomplish.
The goal in guerrilla warfare is not a quick victory, but rather the gradual attrition of the enemy.
Hezbollah's media wing recently released drone footage intercut with imagery of a golden eagle hunting, titled "We Will Hunt You Down." It was not subtle. It was not meant to be. Israel has spent decades and billions of dollars building one of the most sophisticated air defense architectures in the world. Hezbollah found the gap in it, spooled some fiber optic cable, and for $300 is making that architecture look very expensive indeed. A surface-to-air missile streaked towards an Israeli drone over southern Lebanon on May 12th, the latest sign that a ceasefire in name is doing little to quiet the guns on the ground. The Israeli military said the missile failed to hit its target, and no damage or injuries were reported. Shortly after, the Israeli Air Force struck a suspect seen fleeing the launch site on a motorcycle. It was not the only incident that day. The IDF said Hezbollah also launched several explosive drones at Israeli troops operating in southern Lebanon. The Air Force shot down what it described as additional apparent Hezbollah drones in the same area.
A short time ago, as part of an Air Force assistance operation for the combat forces in southern Lebanon, a failed launch attempt of a small ground-to-air missile was carried out toward an aircraft. In an additional incident earlier today, the terrorist organization Hezbollah launched several explosive drones toward IDF forces operating in southern Lebanon. There are no injuries to our forces.
The flare-up came as Hezbollah's leader took to the airwaves with a pointed message ahead of a third round of Lebanon-Israel talks scheduled in Washington later this week. In a written statement broadcast on the group's Al-Manar television channel, Naim Qassem said his group's weapons were off the table entirely and that no outside party had any say in the matter.
Nobody outside Lebanon has anything to do with the weapons, the resistance. This is an internal Lebanese matter and not part of negotiations with the enemy.
Qassem addressed the statement directly to Hezbollah fighters, and his tone left little room for ambiguity about the group's intentions on the ground.
We will not surrender, and we will continue to defend Lebanon and its people, however long it takes and however great the sacrifices. We will not abandon the battlefield, and we will turn it into hell for Israel.
The remarks land at a delicate moment. A ceasefire is nominally in place, yet drone exchanges and airstrikes have continued with little pause. Washington is pressing both sides toward a negotiated arrangement, while Hezbollah is signaling, publicly and loudly, that its military posture is not up for discussion. Whether Beirut's negotiators can square that position with what Israel and the United States are demanding in the coming days remains the central question hanging over Thursday's talks.